Y un juego. Ni un juego. Querido señor Charles Reed, como me solicitó de investigar los brotes de histeria y las divisiones en la ciudad de Oakmont, Massachusetts. Resulta que sus suposiciones eran correctas. Los casos son más frecuentes aquí. Hombres y mujeres de todo el país se ven atraídos a Oakmont, torturados por visiones similares a las suyas. Una ciudad que se inunda a la presencia de algo enorme pero desconocido. Por casualidad quiero haber encontrado la fuente de su dolencia y una persona que podría ayudarle. Prepárese y venga a Oakmont tan pronto como le sea posible. Le recibiré para ayudarle en lo que pueda. Cordialmente, Johannes van der Berg. A la torre. Ay. Apenas se acaba de descargar. Estaba jugando otra cosa mientras. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué pedo? Oh, no manches.
I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Querido señor Charles Reed, tal como solicitó, la he investigado los brotes de... Ah, no, esto ya lo leí. Esto es al principio.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Listo, aquí ya terminé. Y voy a recargar.
Now get out!
A la torre.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Sir.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me your Highness. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
La inundación.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd. A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
That's
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Well, I have a particular weakness.
I'll need a...
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest.
Sounds...
Don't judge a book.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont?
Most locals go by foot.
You're too kind, Joey.
Take this map. I've marked
The places.
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police. This city is...
How do you feel your...
I host a philosophy
Club de
club
filosofía,
for the likes
bla,
of...
bla,
really have much...
There is no conscience.
Right.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Placa de trofeo con un pez raro, es muy realista. No manches. Nada.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania? Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Última voluntad de Albert Throckmorton. Espero que alguien encuentre esto. Me llamo Albert Throckmorton y estas son mis últimas voluntades. Quiero avisaros, no bajéis a las profundidades bajo Oakmont. ilegible. Nunca deberíamos haberlo hecho, todo debía haber permanecido en esa cueva. La profesora, ilegible. Temo que será de mí. Temo que será de mí. Canta en mi mente, danza en mis párpados. Siempre que cierro los ojos, el ciclo sigue y sigue y sigue y sigue y sigue. Y al final llega. He de avisar a todo el mundo. He de contárselo a mi padre. Está aquí.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
O sea, muchas pesadillas. ¿Qué pedo, qué pedo? Trépase, trépase. Nada. Aquí uno con
I
este
don't
vato.
care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat.
El que falleció.
Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
Innsmouthianos,
Take
qué
it you're
pedo.
not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed.
Sobre las
I've heard you're the
evaluaciones, me han
man
dicho
to
que ustedes
speak
con
to
quien tengo que hablar
about
sobre las visiones y sobre las historias. Estoy
Now,
investigando por mi cuenta.
another newcomer.
Va a otros procesos con problemas. Algo
Can I
sea el
ask you a
tema.
few
¿Puedo hacerle algunas
questions?
preguntas?
Oh,
Era posible. Mi hijo Alberto despedir en
My
algún
son
día en esta
Albert is
plaga de
missing and no
Innsmouthianos.
one in this
Pero nada, vamos a
Innsmouth
hablar de sus sueños. Voy a intentar encontrar
Mr.
algo.
Throgmorton.
Deje que le ayude a ser bueno a la hora de seguir las presiones cuando
What
le da lugar.
makes you
¿Qué le hace
think
pensar
you
que puede?
can
O
do
menos
it?
precisamente me estoy con los recién
Let's
llegados.
just say
Digamos que
I
solo que
tend to
pueden
see
pasar por
things
alto y en
that others
cualquier
miss.
caso tiene
Anyway,
algo que
what have you
compartir.
got to
Me da la
lose?
impresión de que le vendría bien a
So,
cualquiera
Vera,
a una ayuda.
you have a
Vera,
point.
me ha convencido forastero. Vera,
Sorry, did you just say
You had better get
a lo mejor
used
que
to
se
the
acostumbra al
Oakmont
dialecto de
dialect,
forastero.
outsider.
No se lo fallen si es que quieren casarse.
Vera
Significa
is fine.
Okay.
I see. I need to know more.
Tane, did you not this
Sí,
fisherman
ya sé.
clearly?
Where's the house?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were.
You mentioned
Yes.
as much as I.
Find my son.
Okay.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. Hello? It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, private eye.
Oh,
I want to know.
I don't remember much. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious.
Then what?
We put the guy in
Llevamos a
Lewis's
muchacho a la
room.
habitación de Lewis y entonces empezó a hacer
He
sonidos
started to
terribles
make
y
these horrible
ok,
sounds,
casi me estalló la
and
cabeza.
he woke up.
No me acuerdo de nada más,
After
solo de
that, I
sueños,
don't
calles
remember a
y
thing,
negadas,
just
instante dormido.
dreams.
Una vez que me llamaba, me suena. ¿Quién es
Tell me
usted?
about
Me
Name's
llamo Will
Will
Hallman,
Hammond. I'm a
soy
fisherman.
pescador, todos lo
We all
sabemos, vivimos aquí
live
juntos,
here
el
together.
pobre Paul Barrines, el
Me,
monciano de
poor
Lewis,
fella
Flynn y yo.
Puppy, moved here
Nos
after the
mudamos aquí
flood.
después de la inundación, yo trabajé en el
worked on the
ferrocarril, pero el
railroad,
ferrocarril ya no
railing
funciona, así que
kicking
empecé a
anymore, so-
pescar, era eso, pasar hambre. ¿Dónde están los demás?
That's Paul
Ese
there
del
on the
padre
floor. Kay be with
que
him.
lo acompañe, Barry está fuera
Barry's
con el
outside
centro.
with Mr. Throgmorton. I have no idea with Lewis.
¿Qué le pasaba a Paul?
I
Cuando
don't
volví
know.
ya se había ido.
When I pulled myself
Kate, tenga
together,
misericordia, pues no quieres que hay.
outside to show some respect.
Es nuestro Señor, nuestro Dios,
Sorry.
nuestro amor, perdón, no lo sabía.
No,
Tengo
leave
que
it,
irme.
Please.
I don't know yet.
Ok, se murió un vato.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella.
No manches.
He was beaten to a pulp.
What? Oh, qué pedo. La cordura de este vato.
5 cards short of a full house. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. Choo choo. Ahem. It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
¿Qué pedo?
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
O sea, aquí se están torciendo el otro vato.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Take this, ape face.
Ok.
What's happening?
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Yeah, run!
Ok, tengo que, o sea, tengo que cuadrar todo. O sea, ¿qué pasó? Tengo que hacerlo en el orden correcto. Tal vez aquí.
What's happening? What's happening?
Y tres.
Take this. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
A huevo, se pude.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Oh, se lo tiene. Balacera no muerte. Lewis disparó sin avisar y huyó, ¿no? Ajá. Ah, está bien raro, o sea. A ver, brote. Es que extendió algún tipo de influencia psíquica que hizo que quien estuviera cerca sufriese histeria. Y ya. Está interesante esto, pero está un poco confuso. Yeah.
Something with this.
Can't catch a mackerel since those ends mouth are...
Ay, a ver, y no el cine.
Just took over the fishing business.
A ver, vamos a regresar y a ver qué onda. Según escaparon por aquí.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Ok. Empezó a disparar.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to
Consiguió
climb that
trepar.
high. Albert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong. There's something in the pocket.
No da mucha saga. Lewis, por favor, dame una semana más. Sé que te lo debo, pero estoy tan mal que como todo el mundo ahora mismo aún no tengo provisiones suficientes como para que el bar funcione con la policía paseándose por el puerto. Pero no te preocupes, he cerrado un buen trato con cierta gente y pronto debería tener una línea de provisiones. Solo una semana y te devolveré lo que te debo con interés doble.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far. The door won't budge.
Ok. Pues, ¿cómo le hago? O sea, tengo que dar un golpe.
Door won't budge. One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
¿Qué pedo? Me asustó. A ver, asesinaron a Albert. Albert huyó cuando el dañero va a estar de duda con no, Lewis se marchó. Luis. No. Fue que Lewis quisiera matar a Albert en vez de avientarlo porque era un Throckmorton. Lewis se marchó. No. Puede que Lewis esté en el bar. Ok.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Otra vez estas cosas. Ay, no fue para arriba. Ah, no me dejan. Está interesante, está interesante. Tiene mecánicas padres. El vato se va a encabronar. Easy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started.
Yeah.
Sí, le compro
Try
de
to avoid them when possible.
El arma cargada y lista. Encontró el testamento de su hijo.
Mr. Throgmorton.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into?
Mr. Throgmorton.
No.
Yeah. I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse.
Sorry.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So tell me you know who did it.
Un pescador llamado Lewis.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis.
Lewis it is, then.
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Nah. Those filthy scum have done it now. Bring me
Se
that
enojó.
dirtbag Lewis.
De nada.
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
¿Ahora qué? Ahí. Ah, ese es el bar que dice.
Hey,
Sorry.
got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
Jugaré Fortnite, ya le voy a dejar hasta aquí. Ya jugué bastantito de este juego. Voy a jugar ahora Fortnite. Ahorita te aviso cuando haga el otro directo. Oye, ya me va a salir sin guardar. Listo. Ahora sí.